So I decided to make another video and to continue to make videos because different reasons, but I'm gonna call this one PTSD from working at Purdy Brothers because um I was wrongfully terminated for what they said communication issues, and I want to go into that um because lies always change but the truth stay the same. And I might go into that another video because that could get lengthy. But um, I basically communicate well. I've been to college multiple times. I graduated once. Um, I don't know. I think my English is alright. It could be a lot better, but it's not it's not ununderstandable. It's not like difficult to understand what I'm saying. Like I can articulate fairly well. I'm not gonna say I'm brilliant, right? But you know. So why I've decided to make this video is because what's today's date? Today is August the 31st, Sunday. And I started at Purdy Brothers August the 11th, and I only stayed there for about 7 days. So I believe by like August the 18th, I was sent home. The reason why I feel like I now have anxiety is because once I went home, before I even got home, I had almost, I had like about five different job offers. Like some flatbed, it was just different stuff. Everything was different. And I knew I was wrongfully terminated, but I was like, okay, no big deal. I won't have to deal with a dip sucker, and I'll get another job because I have a clean record, clean driving record, hard worker, uh, good work history. So I'm like, it's not like I'm just, you know, I have a clean record and, like bills are paid and everything. So like, I'm not going to be like distraught about not getting this job. At least that's what I thought, right? So at least that's how I felt when they fired me because I'm like, just get another job. So, um, fast forward because there's a lot of details. And basically I didn't know I had anxiety from the situation, from basically being like so verbally attacked and lied on, and and basically like bullied and all this and that during the orientation, whereas the training orientation. And like, let me stress the fact again that they have a reefer side where they paid a $5,000 bonus, and they have a flatbed side where they do a 4-week training where you don't get a bonus, but you get like $800 a week for the training, right? So I wanted to learn flatbed so bad. Mind you, you see this economy, right? I think the reefer drivers are pulling in, I don't remember exactly, but I feel like it's at least a 1,300 average weekly, right? So I got approved there and I got to pick which one I want. So I could have went to the reefer side and been working within a week or so because I got experience. It's not a long training. So I would have been there for maybe a week, and then I would have been making about 1,300 a week minimum, plus a $5,000 sign-on bonus. So, and I was aware of that. So I decided not to do that because I wanted to learn flatbed, because I done driving, reefer, I never done flatbed. So I done a couple of things, but I never done flatbed. So I was like eager to say, I want it on my resume. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn it. And plus, I want the active motion because honestly, like, I can get lazy. If I'm just sitting down and driving, I can easily sit down, drive, get up, go to sleep, sit down, drive, and then not knowing, like, you didn't walk, you didn't. But with the flatbed, you're going to be on your toes a couple times a day. So I was looking for that. I was looking for the training, learning something new I like to learn, and I was looking for to add it to my resume. To you know what I'm saying, just to have it. So I said, screw that $5,000 sign-on bonus. Screw the fact that I'll be making. And this is where I realized that wasn't a logical decision, especially in the recession, right? Who's saying that? You know what I'm saying? Only person that's eager to learn and start a new career and thinking that having so much faith in this company and this and that. So basically, yeah, that didn't really work out because I went to the flatbed and this is where I experienced all of this, basically this negative energy, this verbal abuse. This man was, even after the crazy part, even after he got me fired, he continued to lie on me. Yes, I was late the first day. I won't lie about that. Why would I lie about that? And I asked him after the first day, like, did I get a strike or am I in trouble? No, it's the first day. It's okay. It's no big deal. Mind you, he was also late within the first week. He came back to lunch late. Um, and so did the other guy. He showed up late one day, like 30 minutes late. So both of them was like 30 minutes late throughout the first week. He didn't throw that in, but he asked me why was I late on the first day. And again, it's because I drove there throughout the night. And once I got there, I went to the clinic to get a physical, and then from there, I was lacking. I was tired. I wanted to get food. And then I showed up there. And he said I was an hour and 30 minutes late. I didn't even dispute him because I wasn't counting. I was tired. So that was what that was about. And he threw that when he was firing me, he threw that in there along with everything else. And like the fact that he called me on my phone didn't ring. So he was upset about that. Mind you, he didn't send a text or leave a voicemail because he said it went straight to voicemail. He didn't say it didn't ring. He said it went to voicemail. So I'm like, you didn't leave a voicemail. You didn't send the text, but you're upset that I missed your call and you're aware that my phone didn't ring. So it's not like I ignored you or I blocked you or I was dodging you, but the phone didn't ring and you're upset and you had a nerve to like use that as a reason to further bash me. When, mind you, once he finally let me know this, I gave him a second number that I used in order to reach out to me immediately, which was on the first day that I met him. But he still like was taunting me, which was crazy. So basically, that's why I went to another employee to let them know about it. And he got offensive by that. And in retaliation, he fired me. Because I was expressing some of this stuff. And like, that goes back to what I said about the PTSD. So basically, why I'm starting to feel like I have PTSD is because I received, like, no exaggeration, I just feel like it's like 10 job offers. I have offer letters. I have approval letters. I have booked travel paid for by other companies that want me to come to work for them. But all I keep thinking about is I do not want this to happen to me again. I do not want to be lied on again. I do not want to be antagonized again. Like, I do not want to be 300 miles from my home and someone's lying on me, saying that I'm not committed or saying that I'm doing something wrong or saying that I'm mad or saying, the defamating my character and all of this for no good reason, just because I'm trying to learn. And just because you know what I'm saying? I chose to be here. Why would I be mad and then act like I'm being trapped there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I cause problems and I'm this many miles from home and I can't, like, the anxiety, I didn't know it was that bad, but it's like every time it's time for me to start a new job, I can't do it. So now I have to start a job where the orientation's online, not because this is a good company, not because this is where I want to go, not because this is a good, but because I am almost I don't want to use that word cuz that's a strong word, but it's feeling like that. Like I'm having so much anxiety, so much stress of, wow, what if this happens again and what if it's worse? You know what I'm saying? What if a company is not nice enough to, and then they said they were, they try to do it as a nice gesture, but I just feel like you did this because you were wrong. Like they offered me a bus or a plane. So you flew me on a $500 plane, you know, and you're not gonna, you said you won't document that you terminated me, but why not document the truth? Why are you doing me a favor? If I inconvenienced you so much and I have communication issues and I'm all of these different things, and if I did all these things wrong, why give me a flight? Why write down that I wasn't terminated? You're hiding something because you knew that basically that wasn't fair. That wasn't right. The way I was being treated, and how as soon he had no complaints about me until I let people know the way he was talking to me. And then he immediately fired me. When I went to someone else, he was angry. You're going to other people talk. This is weird. This is wrong. You gotta go. Communication issues. But you see why somebody don't want to talk to you? Because you're a drill sergeant in people. So like, yes, it's extreme anxiety that I didn't even know that I had, because honestly, I was so optimistic. Oh wow, I'll get a new job. I have new jobs. I'll start working. But soon as it's time for me to show up to orientation, I'm like, I have extreme anxiety. Especially now where, I could be going to orientation even farther away from home. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1,500 miles away from home, and all I can think about is, wow, this could happen to me again. So it's got me really on edge. Like I've been having nightmares, which is something I never do, and which is something that's weird. But I've been having nightmares. Um, I can't really, I'm just not the same. And I didn't really notice a change at all. Again, I'm gonna say it again. I didn't notice the change at all until every time it's time for me to show up to a new job, to a new position, to a new orientation, I can't go. Cause I'm thinking like, even though that was one of the worst like experience or people that I've ever met, that was just like clearly irate, incompetent type person. Cause he telling lies that don't even make sense. Like he was telling the lie that I wasn't willing to give him my personal information and like my social and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, how am I gonna get paid if I don't give you that? So you saying that I'm coming all the way up here and I'm refusing to get, when I gave you 2 forms of ID, when really, like, I volunteered one of them. You asked me for one, I volunteered you 2. And if I wanted to, I could have said, let me take it to HR because you not them. I gave it to you. You took it in the next room, scanned it, made a copy, whatever you want to do, which I'm not worried about it, because I'm just not worried about it. I would really post my social like right now, and that's how much I'm worried about that. But why would you even say something like that? And it's not true. And it's weird. Like why, like making up all of these lies on somebody, and it's like it's just been playing in my head, like, and it's just been making me like very anxious in a bad way. And I've been looking into how I can handle it and how I can deal with it and all of this and that, and I've been getting some different advice and some good advice, and I'm gonna try to see what I can do this week coming up, because it's a Saturday. But like, yeah, something has to be done. Something has to be done immediately. And like, yeah, I was so not willing to hide, not willing to provide my information and show my information and share my information, that I left my whole medical long form in the classroom. like the whole entire thing for the whole week. So when I left orientation, it was still there. So now I don't have my medical long form, and I don't want to reach out to them about it because I don't feel like they're gonna help me. So I had to call the clinic and pay a small fee for them to say that they would ship it or whatever. But yeah, I'm so much trying to be private and have my medical long form stayed on the desk for a week, which is stupid because it's like I ain't even take a picture of it or nothing. I ain't even pack it up or nothing because those are important forms that I need basically to work or to prove that I had a physical. So, me being so, trying to just relax and just, not thinking, things are going to go so wrong and just trying to be a good person and work hard, leaving my stuff there, like, but now I get accused of all these things. But yeah, the anxiety is where I would say don't go there. Do not go there. You know what I'm saying? I know some people might feel like, yeah, it's because you're sensitive or you're this, you're that. That could be the case, but if you're okay with people lying on you, bashing you, verbally attacking you, bullying you, forcing you to do stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you're alright with that and then you're okay with getting the job there and still working under this person for days, weeks, months, years, then that's you. If you want to put your mental health at stake like that, if you want to put your mental health in the hands of someone that's not even dealing with their own mental health, that's you. But I would say don't do it. Don't do it. I have a great anxiety right now. And I don't thank everybody who watched my video because my last video is like at 65 views, which is cool. And I just saying don't go to Purdy Brothers. Don't go to Loudon. I'm now dealing with extreme anxiety. And I didn't even know it until every time it's time for me to go to orientation. Now I'm like, oh my, like, I had no clue. I just thought, hey, man, you had a bad day. Get a new job. Get over it. You'll be fine. There's nothing wrong. I really was optimistic the whole way through. Before, after, during, all of that. But now I'm like, dang, I can never go through that again. I never want to go through that again. Especially when I'm volunteering my time and my service to learn something that, pays less and takes more time. Like being eager to, that's like what bothered me the most was I was just so eager to learn and start a new career, and I was so excited, and I was telling so many people, yes, learning, starting a new career, you know what I'm saying? Just to get there to be treated like that. Like I was inconveniencing someone else was just crazy. But yeah, man, I have to deal with anxiety, man, now. And now I have to limit my own job opportunities because I'm afraid to put myself out there like that again and put myself in that type of position again to be treated that way and to be wrongfully terminated that way and to have to start all over from scratch again that way. So, man, don't do it. Don't do it, please. Don't do it. It's not worth it at all. Because like I said, it cost me money to go there, like time and money, like only for because I could have been making more money. Even if I went to a different department, it at the same company, I could have been making more money. So it cost me time and money to go there. It cost me time and money to stay there, not making money. And now it's costing me time and money because now I feel like if I get another job, it can happen again. Like I literally even walked out of an interview. Like I've walked out of an interview. This is all in the course of a week or two since I've been home. I've walked out of an interview due to anxiety. Um, I didn't show up to like 4 orientations. I have 4 or 5 companies waiting for me. Like, and it's crazy. And I'm having to make a decision now based off the fact that I don't want to put myself in that position again to do an orientation again or to do a long drawn out orientation again. So I'm going to go with a company that has an online orientation. So I'm picking my companies now off orientation, not off my resume, not off putting something on my resume, not off my experience, not off what they pay, but off orientation now, which is just terrible. It's so terrible. Because I ain't never in my life thought that was the way to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's got me a little discombobulated. But I'm gonna try to still keep pushing through because I know that I didn't do nothing wrong. They know I didn't either. If I did, you would have put me on that bus. And if I did, you would have documented that you terminated me, which you probably will if you see these videos. But from what I was told, it wouldn't be documented that I was terminated. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, just a waste. If you want to waste your time, go there. And if like you homeless and have nowhere to go there too. Cause like I said, the guy that was there, it was only one other person orientation with me. The guy that was there orientation with me, he was homeless. He bought his girlfriend, and they gave him a company car. He just drove his girlfriend around all day, every day, especially on the weekends. And had a ball. They couldn't buy no food and nothing like that. They had to, get the wait on the gift cards and stuff like that. So if like you have nothing, you're homeless, it's a good program because it's a 4 week. You'll get paid. You'll get a company car, and if you got a little homeless girlfriend, some kids, bring them with you. You know what I'm saying? So like it's for the lowest of the low, and the lowest of the low is teaching the class. And I'm not talking about nobody but Alan. I'm not disrespecting nobody else from the company. Even though that other guy that was in that office that also fired me was doing this while I was talking. I'm not even gonna disrespect him because that was all he did. That was just ignorant, for you to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? And you brought me in because you wanted to have a conversation about the situation, about you letting me walk out orientation, but when I speak, you're a 5-year-old. So like all that is like, it's disgusting. But again, like I'm here for it because Alan's going to run the people away for you. You know what I'm saying? You're already not retaining them. People are quitting. People are not coming to orientation. Only thing that made me mad, right, was it was a guy that was supposed to be in orientation with me, but he never showed up. Because he said he went to his brother's and he got his car towed because they gave him a rental car for Friday, and we supposed to be there Sunday night, which I wasn't 100% aware of. I don't know. I'm not gonna say no one told me. I'm not gonna say that because I can take responsibility for making mistakes or having misunderstandings or doing something wrong because I'm not scared or mad, and I'm human. So I want to grow. I want to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? I want to have good character. So I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, especially if they don't got to be under there. So I wasn't 100% sure that we were supposed to be there Sunday night or whatever, but I thought we was. But I didn't clarify, and I'm not 100% sure if someone told me. But yeah, so he never came, and he got his car towed. I was only mad that I wasn't that guy, that I didn't get the car towed, and I wasn't able to make it. Because that was a smart guy. Even though whether he did it on purpose or not, or it's true, well, he really did get it towed, but he actually saved himself a trip. And I kind of did too, because I was supposed to come the week, like a couple weeks before, but my birthday was right before that. So I didn't come. And the only reason I didn't come was because I was getting eerie feelings about it. I was getting eerie feelings about it. And I was like, if it doesn't go right, don't let it ruin your birthday. So wait till after your birthday. Because I was getting eerie feelings that it wouldn't go right. And honestly, it was him. And I had never even met him. I lie to you not. My recruiter got everything approved. He got everything for me. He said, all right, you locked in, you ready to go. It's this person named Alan that wants to call you. He likes to call people before they come and make sure something. I won't misquote him, but he said something. And I said, oh, some just was like, don't do it. And I said, okay, well, it's my birthday. I'm going to just tell him I'll go next week. I told him immediately, put me in the next class. Because I said, if this don't go right, I don't want it to ruin my birthday. So I said, put me in the next class. Soon as he said Alan, like, you got to go with your instincts. But sometimes you'll think you're tripping because you're like, I haven't even met this person. I haven't even heard. But it was just like, the way he said it, it just made me feel like I don't want to talk to this guy. And it's crazy because I've been to other companies since that do the same thing where people call you and it's not as stressful for the same type of job. They'll call you, hey, you physically fit? Can you lift? Can you climb? Can you do some agility testing? Can you want to come in for training? You good? And I'm like, yeah. And that's the end of the conversation. This island guy thinks he's a uh like special units detective major pain doofus from scary movie type character. It's just too much. And he says, I'm passionate, and it's okay to be passionate or whatever, but be considerate, be honest, have morals. You know, you passionate about sucking dip too, which is just unprofessional. Like that alone. The man couldn't put the dip down for nothing. So like, yeah, I'm dealing with anxiety now, man, from the whole situation, and I just hope that I'm able to recover because it's just I can say that it's sad, to deal with stuff like this, but it's life and I have to keep trucking, have to keep moving, keep being strong, keep taking care of my mental health because I saw him in the state that he's in and I said I never want that to be me. I never want to be unprofessional. No, I never want to be a liar. I never want to be mad. I never want to be in my position for 25 years and still, seem like I don't know, I'm not fit and still, still be trying to cost other people their job and their opportunity. Like I saw him and it was a wake up call to me. It was like, prioritize your life. You never want to be this guy. You never want to carry yourself the way he's carrying himself. So it was a blessing and a curse, and it always is to interact with a demon, especially if you survive it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can learn something. What I learned was don't go there, and I should have never went there, and it was a waste of my time. And now I have to deal with that. I have to deal with that. And I think I'll be fine, but just the anxiety now, I got orientation anxiety. I got training anxiety now, which is crazy. But that's honestly what some of them will give you, you know? You know? I don't want to say he was racist, but he was saying a lot of racial things, which, kind of made me feel like, is that appropriate? Is this about race? Like, what? When people bring up stuff for no reason or say certain stuff for no reason that's not pertaining to what's going on, it's just like, but hey, at first I was just willing to just let it all go and just like move on and thought it wasn't that big of a deal, but I didn't never think I would have anxiety before starting every new job, which would keep me from starting a new job or which would make me choose my new jobs based on simple things like training and orientation. So I'm not going to go to this job because it has a 2-day orientation and I'm concerned that I could have a similar matter, but I'll go to this one because it has an online orientation. Like, life is just interesting. So if you watch this to the end, hopefully you got the message. Do not go to Loudoun. Loudoun County, Tennessee. Do not go there. Purdy Brothers, do not go there. They're owned by PNS. I can't really speak. I didn't encounter nobody at PNS. I don't know PNS. I only work with one person at Purdy and kind of like one person at Loudoun that was a diphead. But everybody else was okay. I mean, it wasn't really my type of crowd. Seemed real. It was giving plantation a little bit, but He was the only serious diphead, but he was the only person I had to interact with closely on a daily basis. So I can't really say everybody else was fine, but he was he was he was horrible from the first time I talked to him. From the second I heard his voice, you know? And then when I left, after he was successfully got me fired, but still was lying after I was fired, because he knew he was gonna fire me after I expressed my concerns to someone else. So he fired me out of retaliation. So I did that on like a Thursday. He basically fired me on Friday, but I stayed the whole day Friday and then went to the hotel Friday and Saturday. Monday morning, before I could walk into the class, he was watching me walk into the class. And before I could walk into the class, he walked me into I guess, the bigger boss's office in order to let me know that I was able to walk out of orientation. Because again, they said, no, I keep repeating it. But yeah, he after that, when I walked out, he had his head down. He couldn't even look me in the face. That's how you know someone's done you wrong and they're just childish and they're just low morally and they're just a moralless person and a weak person at that. Cause I mean, look me in my face and smile. Cause you did what you wanted to do. You completed your mission. Don't look down. What you ashamed for? You know, you just did what you did. So, but of course, that's what cowards do. They'll never look you in the eyes, especially after they just told 5, 10 lies on you, which was petty lies too. The main lie was you're mad. The other one was it was just a bunch of petty lies. It wasn't even nothing serious. It was all just petty lies. But it was like 5 of them, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, like just coming, and it was like in a childish way. I know you are, but what am I? Remember when you did this? Remember you did this? You did this? You did this? You did, and it was like whoa, 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 whoa. So I think he had a drug problem. I think he had a serious drug problem because his energy was different and his morals was so low and he was up and down. He was agitated. That's why I really think he was on drugs. Like, that's why I don't really want to bash him bad, because I don't really think he's a horrible person. I just think he's just ignorant, possibly on drugs, and you know, he wanted to keep his job over mine, self-preservation. But I don't even see why you would see me as a threat when I understood the fact I couldn't be a threat to you if you've been here 25 years and I haven't even been here 25 days. So I never wanted to antagonize you or make you feel disrespected or threatened or feel like you had to eliminate me, because I was just trying to get through the program and I wasn't trying to have any problems, but you were disrespectful. And honestly, instead of me coming to you, I wanted to go to somebody else because you were bullying me. So I had the notion in my head that if I come to you, you could continue to bully me, or you could lie and say that I said something I didn't say, which is what you ended up doing. So you basically just showed me you are vindictive, you are a liar, you're not someone that can be communicated with, and like, you're moralless. So I don't want to have a conversation with you. I'm glad that instead of coming to him, I went to someone else. And that's why he fired me, out of revenge, because he was upset about that. And why would you be upset about that? Only reason I would think he would be upset about that is because he had multiple complaints about people saying the same thing, and because it was true. So, of course, and that's why I wanted to go to someone, because I wanted to let people know, like, if he is having multiple complaints, and if he do in the future, it's true. He's a bully. He's disrespectful. He's a liar. He's, what's it called? Like, when you not investigating, instigating. He's an instigator. He's a rage baiter. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you want to go to a new job, you don't want to think, I got to be prepared for all of that. Like, no. That would make me think, like, I don't know if they have him there purposely to try to treat people like that to see if they'll survive and see if they're able to manage and still be professional or whatever, or do what he likes during those times. And if they make it through that, then it's like, hey, well, you made it. You can work here. Like, I don't know what is going on, but I don't really like that because I didn't go into a situation thinking basically it's going to be Squid Games. I don't even watch Squid Games. And I just heard about it, but I didn't go into no situation thinking it'd be anything other than the training. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I would be drilled like that. I didn't think I would be bullied like that. I didn't think I would be antagonized and lied on like that. So it was all like, it was new to me, and it was like shocking to me, and it was almost a little confusing and slightly frustrating because it's like, Dad, I just want to work, I just want to learn, I just want to ask questions, I just want to be here to put this on my resume. I just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually was excited to come, but then it's like, turn into a girl fight. And I'm like, why? I'm not having a girl fight with a 60-year-old dip sucker. Like, why? Like, who signs up for that? Like, I came, what, almost 500 miles from home, agreed to stay here for 4 weeks and to do a training to be combative when it was shorter options where I could have been making money quicker, more money faster. So, like, come on. Um, whew. But yeah, I mean, he could keep sending them out. And I will keep making videos, and I will keep seeing what avenues do I have to basically deal with this situation. And I will start a new job because I have to get over that simple anxiety, because it's gonna be people like him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just, it's just shocking when you treat your own employees and the people that actually come there to work and whatever. It's just shocking when you treat them like that, and they coming to make you money. They coming to hear you teach. You know, they coming here to they're taking a pay cut to come here. They're taking 4 weeks out of their life when they could go anywhere else and make money within the next day starting the job, or the next week starting the job. You feel me? I've had my CDL for 10 years. I'm not like 1 month in. I'm not like, so it's like, it's shocking when people do stuff like that to somebody that's not trying to disrespect them or harm them or nothing like that. Is it's very it's very shocking, you know, when you're not trying to make an enemy. You're trying to self-improve. You're trying to be respectful. You're trying to show up on time. You're trying to work hard. You're trying to learn. You're trying to do your very best, and you thought this was the best opportunity mainly because of the training. And you told everybody, hey, I have a new job. I'm working on a new career. Like, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's very, but it's a learning experience. And I just realized I put way too much faith into them. And I gotta take responsibility for that. I gotta take responsibility for a lot, and I gotta move on. But I will be seeing what other avenues that I have to deal with the situation, because again, I was wrongfully terminated. Period. And I wasn't gonna do anything about it until it was affecting my ability to get a new job. Because now I don't even want to train or like have, or like, again, I don't want to keep beating the dead horse, but yes, it's extreme, and I had no clue. I had no clue until I missed like 4 orientations, and I realized, okay, yeah, you got a problem. Cause if every time you about to get on a plane or get somewhere and start a new class or start a new job, and all you think about is this situation, and it's causing you to say, no, I'm gonna stay home for another week. I'm gonna stay home for another day. I'm gonna do something like, and you have these people willing to pay you, willing to train you, flying you out, offering you a job, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. So that's when I realized, man, it's worse than I thought. And I do need to share my experience with more people and the right people at this time. The right people. Not nobody at Loud and in Purdy no more. Cause I came to y'all. And I'm not gonna like I came to y'all. And I was okay with getting wrongfully terminated again because it was like I was gonna try to stay there and do the job and do my best. That's why he fired me. But I was trying to stay also because I reported him. But I was trying to stay there and do all I could do. And I was even okay with being wrongfully terminated because I'm like, hey, I was only there for a week. I can get a new job. But sheesh, boy, was I wrong. I can get a new job, but can I show up to it without anxiety, without being worried that someone's gonna bully me, someone's gonna lie on me, someone's gonna wrongfully terminate me while I'm 1,500 miles from home. You know, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have that in my head. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna reach out to more people and discuss what options I have moving forward. Because I have to get a new job, I will, and I feel like it might be alright. But I don't want this to happen to nobody else. So I'm definitely gonna voice my opinions to the right people, filing the right claims, filing the right complaints. Because that shouldn't have happened to me. That shouldn't happen to me at all. It shouldn't happen to nobody at all.